Morning, everyone. Namaste. I'm C. Shreya Jain, partner at Lanavat and Company. Am I audible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Great. So today we all are gathered here virtually for a very interesting webinar that is role of State Industrial Development Corporation in MSME growth and how CAs can help. And this, I'd like to thank our Committee on MSME and Startup, for bringing up this amazing topic for CAs like us to know more in the field of MSME. So I'd like to thank the committee, as this is the first year of the committee, and they are taking such great initiatives and webinars on regular basis for us to know more about MSME and how CAs can be a part in the journey, and also for the startups. So the pioneers of the committee, that is our chairman CA Dheeraj Khandelwal ji and vice chairman CA Pramod Jain ji, who have taken this initiative to have regular webinars. And today we have with us our Vice Chairman, C. Pramod Jain ji. I'd like you to please share your views.
Thank you, Shreya. Namaste to all. In fact, very rightly pointed out by Shreya that this is the first year of this committee, the Committee on MSME and Startup. And in this first year itself, the committee has come out with websites each for MSME as well as startup, and also started the certificate courses for MSMEs and startup. And we have got good number of batches which has already been concluded, and various members who have already been who have cleared the exams also of the MSMEs. And in fact, if I talk about various webinars, various dissemination of the knowledge, because ultimately, if I talk about when we talk about that ICI is a partner in nation building, this is one of the steps that we educate our members what are the various benefit schemes and the way forward for various MSMEs to grow domestic as well as international. So empowering our members, giving them the knowledge about this whole sphere of MSME as well as startup, so that ultimately they can give a very nice service to the MSMEs and the startups. And in this process, our speaker today, GB Modi ji, is a known personality throughout the country out here for the MSMEs, I would say, because he has shared his vision and views on so many items on related to various schemes available for the MSMEs. And today, when he's talking, he would be talking about SIDC, State Industrial Development Corporations, the role thereof and the role of chartered accountants. It would be of immense help, because as he would be talking about, and what I foresee is that every state is having such development corporation. So what is their role in development of MSMEs? How a chartered accountant can really help not only MSME but the state industrial development corporation too. So that Modi ji would bring. So I am very, very hopeful that today's session would be very helpful for all members. And thanks a lot, Shreya, for giving me an opportunity to speak, and also welcome Modi ji. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Have a good learning session today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. So now, as very beautifully mentioned about CAGB Modi ji, we have with us our special invitee for none other than GB Modi ji, who has been practicing for 31 years as partner with Modi and Agrawal, and has immense area of specialization in obtaining subsidy from state government, from central government, Ministry of Textiles, NABARD, National Horticulture Mission, Ministry of Food Processing from central government, and has handled various projects for obtaining the subsidy, for like subsidies for 22 cold storage from NHB, then obtaining the subsidy for more than 300 ginning and pressing factories in Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, and has given lectures at various levels, even at international conferences, where he has delivered lecture at Paris in Europe in IRRC of WIRC, and has delivered lectures at 28th and 29th Regional Conference of WIRC of ICAI. He's also co-authored the book Practice Manual on Package Scheme of Incentives 2013, published by WIRC of ICAI. I'd like to welcome him and invite him, and please, we all are waiting.
Thank you, Shreya. Thank you, Pramodji, for your kind words, and Shreya for introducing nicely about me. Thanks. Today's topic, as we are all gathered to know more about the role of State Industrial Development Corporation. Sorry, is there a slide? 1 minute. Video. Stop share. Okay. So friends, we are starting with good evening to everybody who has joined from all Bharat. And today's topic, which is given to me by MSME committee, is about role of State Industrial Development Corporation. When I will be discussing about the State Industrial Development Corporation role. When I am discussing about the State Industrial Development Corporation, I will also be discussing the private industrial land or agriculture land, because the comparison has to be made between the private agriculture land or land which or an industry or an MSME unit which is established outside the industrial areas, that is on private land. An MSME unit has acquired a land from farmers and converted it to industrial area, and then he has started the unit, vis-a-vis purchasing a land in state-owned industrial parks. So there will be a comparison between the private industrial land or industrial land which is owned by the State Industrial Development Corporation, and how the MSME will benefit. Whether it is beneficial to purchase the private land or whether it is beneficial for the MSME to purchase the land in State Industrial Development Corporation. And what the role the State Industrial Development Corporation plays in the overall ecosystem of MSME growth in respective state. Not only in the state, there are certain corporations which are of national level, which are helping to promote the MSME at national level itself. And in between that, we are going to find the opportunities for chartered accountants. How we can help the MSME sector while they are selecting or while they are planning to establish their unit, whether they should go into the private industrial land or whether they should go to the industrial land which is developed by State Industrial Development Corporation. That this interaction I am going to do with you, so that how CS can be placed, how MSME can grow, and which is an appropriate location where they should establish the land. That we are going to discuss today and in this deliberation of today's. Friends, in front of you, I have put the list of at least 29 states, around 28 states. See, the list is Andhra Pradesh. It is starting from ABCD in the order of ABCD to Z. Andhra Pradesh. If you take Andhra Pradesh Industrial Infrastructure Corporation is established by the state of Andhra Pradesh. If you go to Assam Industrial Development Corporation. If you go to Chhattisgarh State Industrial Development Corporation. Delhi State Industrial Infrastructure Development Corporation. Goa Industrial Development Corporation. Gujarat, GIDC is the short form. Gujarat Industrial Development Corporation. Haryana, HSIIDC, Haryana State Industrial and Infrastructure Development Corporation Limited. Himachal Pradesh, HPSIDC, Himachal Pradesh State Industrial Development Corporation. Why I am putting in front of you all the names of all the state development industrial corporation? the MSMEs of this respective state may not be aware about the role played by this state industrial development corporation, because this is not a new concept. This corporation have not been established right from 2014 onward. They have been established since independence, right from 1965. So we are interested to know what role this State Industrial Development Corporation plays, and how we as a practicing chartered accountant can play a role to help the MSME sector, whether to go outside the industrial corporation or within the industrial corporation, and we will find the professional opportunity. So Gujarat, GIDC, Haryana State Industrial Corporation. So my friends, if you are from respective state, just concentrate that in your respective state, whether you are from Andhra Pradesh, Assam, Chhattisgarh, Delhi, Goa, Gujarat, Haryana, you will be benefited if you visit to the authorized website of this state industrial development corporation, because within that state industrial corporation, we as a practicing chartered accountant has a role to play, has a role to get the professional opportunities. We can help the MSME vis-a-vis the state industrial development corporation also, to facilitate, to sell off their land to the prospective MSME which is coming in those respective states. That is the importance. So from whichever state you are listening to me, just listen if your state names comes to there, and the official website of respective state is also given on this slide. So Himachal Pradesh HPSIDC, Himachal Pradesh State Industrial Development Corporation, it is a hilly state of India. Jammu and Kashmir, recently the government of Jammu and Kashmir has come out with a Jammu and Kashmir land allotment policy 2021. So even after scrapping of this section, that 360, any person from the world, any person from Bharat can purchase a land in Jammu and Kashmir to establish an MSME unit. That is the importance of this Jammu and Kashmir State Industrial Development Corporation. And there is an online portal to purchase, to bid the land to establish the unit within the hilly part of Kashmir as well as in Jammu, Jharkhand. Jharkhand Industrial Infrastructure, the name may be different, but the object is same, to provide ready infrastructure to the MSME sector of a respective state to establish their manufacturing unit in their respective states. So Jharkhand, JIIDCO, Jharkhand Industrial Infrastructure Development Corporation. Karnataka State Industrial Infrastructure Development Corporation. Kerala, KSIDC, Kerala State Industrial Development Corporation. Madhya Pradesh, MP Industrial Development Corporation. Maharashtra, MIDC, Maharashtra Industrial Development Corporation. Manipur, Seven Sister, a hilly states, northeast part of India. Manipur Industrial Development Corporation Limited. Pondicherry, very small state, but still it have its own industrial development corporation. Pondicherry Industrial Promotion, Development and Investment Corporation. As I told you, the name may be different, but the object is same. Punjab, Invest Punjab Business First, Punjab State Industrial Development Corporation. Rajasthan, RICO, Rajasthan State Industrial Development Corporation Limited. Tamil Nadu, TIDCO, Tamil Nadu Industrial Development Corporation. Uttar Pradesh, Invest in Udyog Bandhu is the official website. West Bengal, West Bengal Industrial Development Corporation. Mizoram, again Northeast, very smart. So Joram Industrial Development Corporation is the name of the JIDCO is the short form. Nagaland, NIDC, Nagaland Industrial. So the smallest state of the country, the chartered accountant who is situated in Nagaland, if he get the complete knowledge, the role played by Nagaland Industrial Development Corporation, the MSME sector which is coming in the state of Nagaland can take the benefit with the help of local chartered accountants who can become a facilitator to get the land allotted from NIDC to the prospective MSME unit. So we practicing chartered accountant can play a very great role in overall development of MSME sector in respective states. Odisha, IDCO, IDCO, Industries Department, Government of Odisha, Sikkim, SIDICO, Sikkim Industrial Development Investment Corporation, Telangana, a very known, a progressive state as far as industrial development is concerned, and even ease of doing business, it ranked first. So Telangana State Industrial Infrastructure Corporation, Tripura, Tripura Industrial Development Corporation, Uttarakhand, a very hilly area, a different area of India, a very difficult state to say for the industrial development. But I have personally visited to Haridwar, which is a part of Uttarakhand. And if you visit the industrial area of Haridwar, you will come to know different part of Haridwar. हमने हरिद्वार को एक तीर्थ क्षेत्र में गंगा का स्नान का घाट समझ के देखा हुआ. But when I have personally visited the industrial area of Haridwar, which comes under Uttarakhand, State Infrastructure Industrial Development Corporation of Uttarakhand Limited has done a remarkable, a fabulous work as far as the industrial development of the state of Uttarakhand is concerned. So there are around 28 states in the country. See the opportunities available to practicing chartered accountant in the overall development of MSME sector in the country. And right from 2014 onward, Make in India, Made for the World, Atmanirbhar Bharat, slogans are given by the Pradhan Sevak of Bharat, who is giving maximum importance to the growth of MSME sector in the country. So with the red carpet treatment given by central government, the respective state government, what is vibrant Gujarat, what is happening in Uttar Pradesh, ODOP. So each state government is nowadays giving red carpet treatment to establish industries in respective states. And each and every state of the country is having their state industrial policies to promote, to help, to subsidize the upcoming project in MSME sector in respective states. And our institute has come out with a multidisciplinary chartered accountant firm concept. And our Honorable Pradhan Sevak of our country has wished on our own platform of ICAI that there should be an Indian Big Four in the country. Just imagine if a 28 chartered accountants comes together and they form a multidisciplinary chartered accountant firm to take care of MSME sector in the country, and they come together from 28 states of the country, and each one of them become an expert of Sikkim. Someone is who is from Odisha become expert in Odisha industrial policies, and Odisha he is an expert in getting plot allotment done, or a well-versed person, a knowledgeable person who is having the complete information available within the state of Odisha, which area is beneficial to establish which type of industry. Just imagine what role we practicing chartered accountant can play in the overall development of MSME sector in the country. We always, chartered accountant, blame that the government is taking away the opportunities available to chartered accountants in our traditional area of practice. But we simultaneously, at the same time, we also ignore or do not take care of the opportunities created or the opportunities available in the overall industrial development of the country. You have learned today around 28 industrial development corporation in various states of the country. And particularly in my opinion, if anybody take utmost interest or look after or study about the role played by this industrial development corporation, big and big professional opportunities available, we can play as a practicing CA in this non-traditional area of practice a very big role. And see, whenever an idea comes in the minds of an entrepreneurs, whether he is from the same state, or whether he is from India or Bharat, or where he is coming from world over to India to establish his industry within the jurisdictions of India, the first and foremost requirement is of those MSME unit, large scale unit, ultra mega or mega project unit is suitable land at appropriate rate. And if these state industrial development corporations has been created by respective state to help the entrepreneurs or MSME unit owners, whosoever is planning to establish their units in that respective state, to offer them the land at an appropriate rate. Now the role of chartered accountant, how we can help the entrepreneurs to select appropriate land. If suppose Shreya Jain is an expert in Telangana state, knowing all the industrial areas of Telangana, and she is well versed about the procedure, the application procedure to be made by the entrepreneurs. And if somebody approaches her from, say, USA, that Miss Shreya, being a chartered accountant expert in doing MSME practice, we want to acquire a land of, say, 10 acre, which is the proper location in the state of Orissa where we should make our investment. So due diligence can be done by Shreya being a known person in MSME practice. This type of opportunities will come. And vis-a-vis, we can help the entrepreneurs who is coming from USA may not be aware about the infrastructure available within the state of Telangana. So this way, we can play a very important role in the overall development of MSME sector. Simultaneously, the role played by the State Industrial Development Corporation. So we have the space between the State Industrial Development Corporation and the MSME unit holders. Now, the reason why this State Industrial Development Corporation has been established in the country, in respective state, enriching the state, enriching the state through a vibrant and sustained industrial growth. Because the ultimate aim of each and every state is that the GDP of that state should increase, the employment opportunities in that state should increase, and the vision of this State Industrial Development Corporation is to enrich the state through a vibrant and sustained industrial growth. And when the growth of that state will happen, when more and more units will come. When units will come, only and only when the appropriate land is made available to the MSME sector, to the large scale sector by the respective state government. With this object, with this vision, each and every 28 states of the country has established their State Industrial Development Corporation. What is the mission of State Industries Development Corporation? Facilitating. I have used a number of times this word, facilitating the prospective MSME promoter to get an appropriate land. The role of CA, how CA can help. CA can become a facilitator between the MSME unit holders and the State Industrial Development Corporation by preparing a due diligence report. Suppose an entrepreneur wants to make 100 CR investment in India, in Bharat, and he approaches to Ms. Shreya to help him to give a due diligence report, which is the state in India, which is the State Industrial Development Corporation, which gives maximum benefit, easy availability of labor, easy availability of raw material. Then if she was aware about the State Industrial Development Corporation and the state industries subsidies policies of respective state, she can prepare a very detailed analytical due diligence report to the prospective investor who want to establish a 100 crore rupees project. So the mission is fulfilled. We have become the facilitator between the State Industrial Development Corporation as well as the MSME who want to invest in the Bharat. So facilitating the continuous, it is not only one-time affairs, facilitating the continuous and speedy industrial growth, excuse me, facilitating the continuous and speedy industrial growth through optimum utilization of available resources. When we are discussing about the State Industrial Development Corporation, we are not discussing about the industrially developed part of India. Mofficial India we are interested. Mofficial Bharat की हम बात कर रहे हैं. It is not said Bangalore or Delhi or Hyderabad, Chennai, Mumbai, because Mumbai is already concentrated as well as industrial development is concerned. So, continuous and speedy industrial growth through optimum utilization of available resources. So, in resources-based industrial development in respective states. If you go to Maharashtra and if you go to Chandrapur near Nagpur, it is rich for mineral products. So, it is expected from MIDC, which is a State Industrial Development Corporation, Maharashtra State Industrial Development Corporation. They have established the MSME or say industrial park in Chandrapur near Gadchiroli, near Yavatmal to facilitate the optimum utilization of available resources. So that was done. Then objective, with what objective the State Industrial Development Corporations has been established in the country? To promote, again, a role of promotion by the state government. To whom to promote? The MSME sector. Now again, the help by chartered accountant. Because chartered accountant, if he is aware about the state industrial corporations where the industrial estates are established, he can guide to the promoter, to the MSME unit holder, which is the appropriate location. So to promote, establish and execute industries, where to establish the industries, where to execute the industries, which area of the state should be promoted, because as per the state industrial subsidies policies, the State Industrial Development Corporation establishes their industrial estates. So maximum benefit becomes eligible to MSME units who goes to the remote part of respective states to promote, to establish, to execute industries, projects or enterprises for manufacture and productions of plant and machinery, tools, implements, etc., which in the opinion of the company are likely to promote. Whatever the promoters, whatever the MSME unit is expecting, the same role is played by the State Industrial Development Corporation. To aid, to assist, to finance, there are state financial corporations also in addition to State Industrial Development Corporation, like Gujarat Financial Corporation Limited, Delhi Industrial Development Corporation, to aid, assist and finance any industrial undertaking, projects or enterprise, whether owned or run by government. There are certain public sector undertakings which has also established their manufacturing enterprises in state-owned industrial corporations. So owned or run by government, statutory body, private company or individuals with capital, credit, means or resources or of its worth and business. So this is the object. With this object, the state industrial development corporations are established to procure capital for or to provide machinery, equipments and other facilities to any company or association for the purpose of carrying into effect any object connected with the industrial development. The name itself suggests State Industrial Development Corporation, Assam State Industrial Development Corporation, Gujarat Industries Development Corporation, Maharashtra Industries Development Corporation. So the basic objective of these state development corporation is industrial development, nothing and nothing but industrial development of the respective state, and to subscribe or underwrite or otherwise deal with shares debentures, to promote and operate scheme for industrial development of the state. As I told you, you go to any 28 states, any state of India, there are state industrial development subsidy policies are in existence. Not only one, two, three, four. As far as Gujarat is concerned, there are around 15 industrial policies, sector-wise, sector-specific, which are offering subsidies for establishing units within the jurisdiction of Gujarat state. Maharashtra government is having Maharashtra Package Scheme of Incentive 2019. So it's a win-win situation. Maharashtra MIDC is there, which is offering land. Maharashtra Industry Department is there, which is offering subsidy. So we can play a very big role. We can help the MSME sector to identify the location where at appropriate rate they can get the appropriate land. Similarly, we can help the MSME sector to obtain the maximum benefit in the form of subsidy which is declared by respective state government. If you go to Uttar Pradesh is known for ODOP, one district, one product. Sorry, is the slogan of Uttar Pradesh. So they are having area specific industrial development. Recently, the Honorable Pradhan Sevak has inaugurated Major Dhyanchand Sports University in Uttar Pradesh. Adjoining to Major Dhyanchand Sports University, sport industrial development, sport related industries cluster is created. So this way the MSME will grow, which is manufacturing sport material near to Major Dhyanchand Sports University. So both will grow. The industrial cluster which is producing sports good and the players who will be trained from the university. Hence, we can play a very big role. So this I put in front of you the various industries development corporation, the vision, the mission, the objective which with these industrial development corporations in the countries are established. Now, as initially I told you, when we are discussing about state development corporation, the role played by the state industrial development corporation in growth of MSME, then we have to compare the state industrial corporation, because if somebody establishes a unit outside or does not purchase or does not get allotted a plot from within or from the respective state industrial development. Suppose somebody is from Assam and he want to purchase a land to house his MSME unit of 10 crore rupees and he is in search of land. So what he will decide first, where he stay, he will try to buy the land. जहां मैं रहता हूं वहां मैं लैंड परचेस करने का कोशिश करूंगा. But what is the difference? What is the SWOT analysis, or what is the plus and minus? What is the do's and don'ts? What is the benefits and shortcomings if I purchase a private agriculture land and establish a manufacturing unit versus I purchase a land in state-owned development corporation? What benefits, what drawbacks are there, which where I will be comfortably ready to establish my unit in my private agriculture land, or whether I will be very comfortable in purchasing the industrial plot in state-owned industrial development corporation, that we are going to discuss now. See, this is a comparative chart. If somebody wants to invest, say, 10 crore of rupees, and if he is thinking about establishing a unit in, say, privately purchasing a land from a private landowner, and if he purchase the gala or purchase the industrial plot in state-owned industrial development corporation, what are the pros and cons? What are the benefits and what are the drawbacks which we are going to discuss? because we practicing chartered accountant can help at the initial stage when the idea of establishing an MSME unit comes in the mind of the MSME promoter. If he wrongly purchase a land at wrong location, then his vision, his dream of establishing that manufacturing unit may not come to true because he has selected a land at not an appropriate location. So we are just making a comparison. If he purchase a private land, title verification report is to be taken because he is purchasing a land from agriculturist or some private owners. Hence, it is expected that whether the person who is selling the land is a legal owner of land or not has to be verified. Because normally, if a person has died and his name is appearing in 712 extract or on Patwari or whatever document is available state-wise, respective state-wise, the person who is selling the land to the prospective MSME holder must be the legal owner of the land. Otherwise, if that MSME promoter purchase the land, he may land up in problem because the person who has sold the land subsequently when he approached to the nationalized bank and a primary charge is created on that land and the advocate give a adverse report that the land is not purchased from the legal owner of the land, or subsequently after purchase of land some legal owner, some legal heir appears like Mr. India and claim that I was the second owner of that land because I am the legal owner of my father, the land in whose name it is appearing, and my brother has sold the land, so he has no right to sell it. So title verification and report is again a very important role held by chartered accountant. So whenever an MSME unit is purchasing a land, he must approach to an appropriate consultant, appropriate practicing chartered accountant who is well versed in MSME practice. He can help while he purchase the agriculture. But suppose instead of agriculture land, he want to purchase a land from Assam Industrial Development Corporation, Madhya Pradesh Industrial Development Corporation, Himachal Pradesh Industrial Corporation, RICO, Rajasthan, not required. Not required title verification. Nobody asked, अरे भाई रिको को राइट है क्या बेचने का? Does anybody will ask to the RICO, Rajasthan Industrial Investment Corporation, do you have right to sell the plot or lease the plot to me? No, because it is a state-owned enterprise. They cannot cheat. They don't have legal heirs. They don't have multiple owner. It is state-owned. So not required as it is owned by State Industrial Development Corporation. So private land, title verification, State Development Corporation, no need to take the title verification. Land has to be gate measured and boundaries has to be demarcated. Suppose I am purchasing 10 acre of land from an agriculturist. He tells me from that tree to this tree to left tree to this well, the land belongs to me. But ultimately, it has to be measured. His boundaries has to be demarcated because the land is not demarcated. Whereas if the land is taken from State Industrial Development Corporation, not required, as plot boundaries are well defined. The stones are embedded in the land. It is well defined. No need to worry that subsequently somebody will come and he will say that, no, you have made an encroachment in my private land. Your boundaries start from this side and my boundaries start from this side. No quarrel, no litigation, no court matters. So very clear cut demarcation of land is possible as per as the State Industrial Development Corporation is concerned. Here no time is wasted. Here in private land, if you go to agriculture or industrial area or whatever type of land, You have to decide the boundaries. You have to make the application with the respective district, town planner. He will send his team. Then the land will be measured. And if it is a 90-acre land, multiple owners, then notices has to be sent to so many owners. And then the demarcation will be given. And even after that demarcation, some may go to the court that he has encroached, he has taken possession of my land, which is not possible as per a state industrial development. So, friends, MSME, you can grow provided if you select the plot or select the industrial land from State Development Corporation. And role played by chartered accounting. Yes, we can help the entrepreneurs. Any conversion, agriculture land cannot be used other than for agriculture purpose. Whatever may be the state in Bharat is concerned, that land has to be utilized only for agriculture purposes. If anybody start using that land for non-agriculture purpose, like establishing hotel, motel, or in manufacturing enterprises, it is a violation of the end use of the land. So any conversion of agricultural land is required to be taken as a sanad or any permission from the district authorities. And it takes around 1 year to 6 months to 12 months to get the industrial NA land conversion. And sometimes after purchasing the land, after an MSME unit holder has purchased the land, and subsequently he comes to know that this land is in reserve zone, in green zone, in development plan. The land is reserved from national highways or Samruddhi highways or some time of industrial, some purposes which is reserved, or it is a land which is benefited by the dam. Then even after purchasing of the land, the promoter of MSME unit, the district authorities may not give him any conversion permission. Then what happens? The land now, nobody is the customer because we have purchased with the object of establishing an MSME unit. And subsequently, after purchase of land, it has come to the knowledge of MSME promoter that this land is not possible to be get converted because it is reserved in green zone. In each respective state, some land is in green zone, some are in yellow zone, and some are in a white zone or for residential purposes. So here, a practicing chartered accountant who is well versed about the geography of the respective state, and he is known about, because normally what we suggest to the promoters to take the zone certificate from town planner before purchasing the land, whether the land comes under the green zone, red zone, or yellow zone. I told about the white zone, but it is red zone. So whether the land is in which zone and whether it is convertible into non-agriculture purpose. So the risk associated with the MSME unit holders. But what will happen if he purchase the land from State Development Corporation? No NA permission is required. Peace of mind. Straight go, acquire the plot and start your industrial activity. Nobody will ask you whether you have NA permission or not, whether your boundaries are fixed or not, whether this land is in yellow zone, red zone. Nobody is going to ask. Even your bankers, your planning authority, nobody is going to ask you to start your MSME unit. So hence the role of State Industrial Development Corporation is immense. It is very important because it is very time consuming to purchase the private land as compared to establish the unit in State Industrial Development Corporation. So friends, you will agree with me that title verification, measurement, NA conversion is altogether very difficult, whereas this thing is not required to be taken if the land is taken in State Development Corporation. Again, around 12 NOCs are required to be taken from various state and central government department to get any order. It is not so simple. If somebody, as I told you, 6 months to 1 year is required to get the industrial NA conversion, and that too with the revenue department people. And you know the red tapeism, the problems the entrepreneur faces visiting various 12 departments. They require the NOC of the National Highway Authority. They require the NOC of the health department. They require the NOC of the electricity department. They require the NOC of the telephone department. They require the NOC of the irrigation department. Very time consuming. If some first generation entrepreneurs purchase an agriculture land and start daring to take the NA order, I think he may stop the idea of starting an MSME unit. So cumbersome procedure. Actually, it is expected from our institute, the committee of MSME and ICI, to promote or to give a representation to the central government or to the state government to make a national portal or state-wise portal, online portal to get all these NOC. Rather than I have given my own paper to the Honorable Industry and Commerce Minister Piyush Ji Goyal, that why not government itself demarcate certain land deemed NA land. If somebody wants to purchase a land, say gut number 325 Assam in Dibrugarh, it is deemed NA. Instead of I taking 12 NOCs from various departments, why not government itself give a stamp on the land that if anybody wants to purchase this land, or if anybody wants to sell this land in overall Bharat, in 28 states of the Bharat, then state-wise, district-wise, taluka-wise, this land, if somebody purchase, this is deemed NA. No requirement to purchase. If you just give an intimation or an intention to the district collector, sir, I want to purchase this land from this farmer, and on the 712 extract or on the ownership document, it is demarcated by the state government that this land is deemed NA land. If anybody purchase with an object of establishing the unit, it becomes so simple. It becomes so ease of doing business. A person sitting in USA, a person sitting in Germany, a person sitting in Japan can view the land from online portal. If he wants to establish a unit in Madhya Pradesh, in Jhabua district, on some village, he will see on the 712 extract on the Patwari sample that this is deemed NA. So no question, no further problem, no further litigation. All the 12 NOCs, the same state government gives the 12 NOCs, then again why we should visit to the 12 departments to get the NOC? So we can help, the committee can do this. We can approach to this central government, because now digital India movement is going on. So this is my suggestion. So around 12 NOCs, what happens if the same land is taken from State Development Corporation? Not required. As it is authorized state government notified industrial NA. No NA permit, no NOCs from any department is required. So simple. Get the land allocated from State Industrial Development Corporation, start your unit. Agriculture land or private NA land, difficult. Layout plan has to be got approved from town planner or planning authority. Whatever plot you are purchasing, whatever agriculture land you are purchasing from the landowner, you have to prepare a layout plan. What is the demarcation of that plot? Out of that, how much area is permitted to be used as an industrial purposes? So layout plan has to be got approved from town planner. Suppose I am establishing a unit in Indore district, in Mahu Tehsil, in small village, then the promoter MSME unit who is from Mahu has to approach to Indore town planner, because the town planner office is situated at a district headquarter. See the pain to be taken by MSME unit to get the layout plan approval. And again the red tapeism, corruption, so many corruption, so many red tapeisms are taking place in this town planning department to get the layout approved. Whereas in State Industrial Development Corporation, not required at all. Because the layout is pre-approved. The demarcations of plant, the roads, the open space, everything is defined by the State Development Corporation. Peace of mind. Out of owned land, suppose I purchase a land of 10 acre for establishing my unit. So I have purchased a private agriculture land of 10 acre. Then again, if you approach to the district town planner for approval of layout plan, what is to be done? Out of owned open space and amenity space is required to be created. The land belongs to the MSME unit owner. He has purchased the land, but out of that 10 acre of land, some 12 to 15% land is demarcated at open space, where the promoters of MSME unit is not able to establish any construction. He is not permitted to do any construction in open space. Again, an amenity space is required to be demarcated out of that agriculture land which we have purchased. Service road, building line has to be divided. If it is on state highway, if it is on national highway, and if it is on a village road, then from state highway, 150 running foot or 45 running meter, no fixed construction is permitted on the land purchased by the MSME unit holder if it is a private agriculture land. Because service road has to be, जैसा petrol pump बनता है, you know, whenever you have seen the petrol pump, he has to keep the service road. Then the petrol pump has to be inside from the road center around 45 meter. Similarly, if any MSME unit holder wants to establish a fixed construction on land purchase, a building line is decided by the town planner. So most of the land is kept unutilized. Ultimately, the cost of the land to the promoter get increases because he has to keep certain land open as compulsory open space and amenity space. What happens if the same promoter purchase a plot in State Development Corporation? Not required, as all the care has been taken while approving the plan by the respective State Development Corporation. The State Development Corporations keeps the open space, the amenity space out of total 200, 500, 1600, 1000 acre land parcel which is acquired by State Development Corporation, and small plots of say 10,000 square meter, 15,000, 10 acre, 20 acre, 100 acre demarcation is done. So no need to individual plot owners to keep open space and amenity space. Yes, there is FSI requirement. How much land, how much area he can construct out of the land allotted by the State Development Corporation. But here, very difficult. Open space and amenity space has to be kept aside. Agriculture land, State Development Corporation. Whatever factory construction the MSME unit holder is going to do, the factory building plan has to be got approved from town planner or planning authorities. Do you know, friends, if an MSME unit holders establish a unit in Guwahati or say Lucknow, then the town planner is the authority who will approve the factory building plan. Or if the factory is situated within the municipal corporation limit, then the municipal planner is the planning authority to sanction the building plan. It is not the desire of the owner of the land, that MSME unit, that whatever way he wants, he can construct the building. The building plan has to be got approved from the town planner or the planning authority designated within the jurisdiction where the factory building is coming or where the factory is coming. Whereas if the same MSME unit holders establish a unit in State Development Corporation, the factory building layout plan will be approved and sanctioned by the executive engineer of Industrial Development Corporation. Suppose the unit is located in GIDC Surat or GIDC Ankleshwar or GIDC Bharuch, then who is the planning authority who will sanction the plan? It will be the executive engineer of respective Bharuch MIDC, Bharuch GIDC. No need to go to Gandhinagar, head office of the State Development Corporation, to get the plan approved. So within the location where the unit is situated, the office of the executive engineer is also situated in the same Industrial Development Corporation. So easy to get the factory plan approved locally where the unit is situated. Very difficult to take pollution clearance as it is a private land. Suppose a unit is established which is generating hazardous pollutant, then what will happen? The unit holder, the MSME unit holder, has to establish its own effluent treatment plant, which may be very costly affair, may not be policeable. Suppose it's a water jet looms, textile unit establishing water jet units, water jets. So they require heavy quantity of water, and during the manufacturing process, huge quantity of water is discharged. What to use, what to do with that water? It's a huge problem. See, in Surat, nowadays the government of Gujarat has become very, very, very strict as far as discharge of this chemical or coloring or this textile units are concerned. Become very difficult on private land to run the units. So very difficult to take the pollution clearance. What is happening in Ambernath near Mumbai, New Bombay? People have purchased the land with the object of establishing manufacturing unit. Now it has become very near to Mumbai, Panvel or New Bombay or to Nhava Sheva or Bombay Port Trust. Slowly, the resident colonies has come to the factory buildings. The factory owners have sold the land to the builders which have developed the residential buildings. Now this building owner says that we are getting nuisance from the neighboring factory. अरे भाई आपके पहले से फैक्ट्री थी, subsequently you have established your residential colony. How I can shift my unit? You have come subsequently. But the pollution control department say, yes, we got a complaint for the neighboring colony. Now you have to shift your unit. There is a smell problem. There is a fuel problem. There is a air problem. So this type of nuisance can happen as far as the private land is concerned. But in case of state-owned industrial development corporation, very easy to get pollution clearance as it is notified industrial area. Nobody can say that your industry is causing nuisance to us because there is a smell or there is a hazardous waste or there is a chemical problem or water discharge problem. Because most of the state industrial development corporation has their own common effluent treatment plant. So small MSME units holder do not have to take individual effluent treatment plant. They don't have to install their own effluent treatment plant. They can use the common effluent plant which is created by the State Development Corporation in respect to Industrial Development Corporation. Unit has to make own arrangement of infrastructure like power. See, if you have established a unit 30 kilometers away from the district place or taluka place in remote agriculture land, then how you will get the dedicated high tension express feeder line? because the feeder line has to be taken from the substations of the DISCOM of respective state electricity department, state electricity distribution department. So the entrepreneur, the promoter has to incur heavy cost to bring the power to the location where the unit is situated if it is on a private land. Again, road has to be constructed because to commute the various trucks. If it is water required industries, then how to get the water? How much time the own well or tube well will help you to get the water? In summer season, it becomes very difficult to get the water up to the factory gate. So this is a big problem as far as private land. Whereas state development corporation, the infrastructure is readily available from industrial development corporation. Whether is a power, because in each and every state industrial development corporations land, substations, high tension electricity light, 440 kilowatt electricity supply, 11 kilowatt, 22 44 kV electricity supply line, dedicated feeder, 24 by 7 electricity supply is possible. Water, road, everything is readily available in state industrial. So why we are discussing this role of state industrial development corporation in MSME growth? If just think, out of this 28 state industrial development corporation, if this corporation would have not been established in the country, what was the situation, what will be the situation of MSME in the country if they all are dependent on private land? Very difficult, very difficult. We as a practicing CA can play a very important role to help the MSME sector to purchase an appropriate land from state development corporation. If the land is taken on a private, if the unit is established on a private land, power cut, that power shutdown or load shedding, power cut may take place if it is not express feeder line. Private land, normally power cut never happens in state industrial owned developed lands. Only on technical fault the power cut happens. If shutdown is taken, if the DISCOM wants to take the shutdown for repair and maintenance, prior intimation is given by SMS or email to the consumer of the state DISCOM in state development corporation. This much care is taken by the power distribution company if the unit is located in state development corporation. So the huge benefits to the unit holder if the unit is established in state owned development corporation. Further, as I told you, power cut may take place. But what I am seeing, 24 by 7 by 365 days power supply is available only on technical fault or on weekly or monthly holiday. The power cut take place with prior intimations in state development corporation owned industrial lands. Private land, remotely located, the factory is in isolation, there is only one unit in Orissa, in Telangana or Orissa, Titlagad or Raigada. A unit is established in Raigada, which is isolated, very say ginning and pressing unit in Raigada, because that Titlagad and Raigada is famous for cotton growing in Orissa. So somebody establishes a unit in a remote. So how to get the labor? Because the factory is remotely located. So the promoter will be dependent on labor, because the labor has to be brought from nearby villages to the factory locations. What happens if the same unit is located in state development corporation? Very easy to get the labor, because labor are also assured that they will get job in some factory out of the multiple factories established in that state industrial development growth center. So win-win situation for labor as well as for the factory owner. So very easy to get the labor as compared to the private land. Local municipal corporation provide bus facility. If suppose in Pritampur, Madhya Pradesh near Indore, DMIC, Delhi Mumbai Industrial Corridor node is there, where big industrial development has taken place. So from Indore to Pritampur, Dhar to Pritampur, Devas to Pritampur, Mahu to Pritampur, local buses are providing commuting facilities to the laborers to visit to the factory premises to work as a labor. So this type of facility, so nearby areas, they get opportunity to supply the labor to industrial developed areas of the park. So friends, with this presentation, you would have come to know the advantages and disadvantages of getting private land versus state development corporation. And with this deliberation of mine, you will understand the original topic on which we are going today, for the purpose of which we have assembled through this virtual meeting, role of state development corporation in MSME. You would have understood now the role played by state industrial development corporation in overall growth of MSME sector. And now the opportunities. Now the role the chartered accountant, the help the chartered accountant can give to the MSME unit holders when he is well versed, when he is acquainted, when he is having the knowledge, the procedure, the opportunities, the role played by respective state development corporation. So wherever you are situated in the country, from wherever state, from where whatever district, whatever tehsil you are practicing, as a practicing chartered accountant, you have great opportunity. You can play or you can help the MSME unit holders to select an appropriate land, rather than I want to suggest to the central government through this forum or through the forum of ICAI, which is having a big value with the industry minister or with the finance minister. Our suggestions are accepted. If they really wants to make Bharat Atmanirbhar, if they really wants to make the aspirational district or small villages, opportunities has to be created in job, then each taluka, one taluka, 100-acre land industrial development corporation should be created. 100 villages, a cluster of 100 villages should be selected, in which can survive or which can help to get an appropriate industrial land, say 50 acre to 100 acre. For a small entrepreneurs investing 10 lakh rupees to 20 lakh rupees to 30 lakh rupees, or say 1 crore, 2 crore rupees, it become for him very difficult to purchase or to approach to a nearby state industrial development. Then he has to dislocate himself from his residential place. But if the industrial clusters are created in within the vicinity of 100 villages, a cluster of 50 villages, then it will help to grow the entrepreneurship in the villages in the remote part of India. So this is the importance of private land versus the developed state industrial development corporation. And I think all these points so far I have discussed, each one of you will appreciate that yes, the State Industrial Development Corporation of respective 28 states, wherever they are situated, whatever state industrial estates they have created in their respective states, play very important role in MSME growth of respective states. And definitely, we practicing chartered accountant can help both the state government authorities as well as the MSME to select an appropriate land in respective state government growth centers. Now I will come to the SWOT analysis of government approved industrial areas. What are the strengths of the government approved industrial areas? Same points are there, not major, same. Ready infrastructure like road, water, and electricity. You go to any state government industrial area, whether it is RICO, Punjab Industrial, HSIDC, Sirsa, Haryana, where you go, Haryana State Industrial Development Corporation, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh Industrial, GIDC, or Arunachal Pradesh, Tripura, road, water, electricity. They are primary requirement of any MSME in the country. They need ready infrastructure in the form of demarcated plot, approach road to their factory premises, easy availability of water and electricity at their doorsteps. Electrical poles are established throughout the Industrial Development Corporation to get easy connection, easy electricity supply immediately from the respective industrial area. Industrial non-agriculture use converted land because it is already defined industrial land. So no need to take any industrial permit. Land can be mortgaged very easily because because the land is given by the State Development Corporation on lease basis from 95 years to 99 years. So tri-party agreement. The land can be mortgaged by way of tri-party agreement as a primary security. Lien mark can be created by the executive engineer of the respective state industrial development corporation. Easily accepted as primary security by financial institution banks. Normally, if the unit is established on agricultural land, none of the financial institution in the country will finance because Surface Act is not applicable for agriculture land. Whether it is a cooperative bank, fintech company, financial institution, private bank, nationalized bank, none of these financial institutions give any type of finance on agriculture land if the unit is established by MSME on agriculture land. But industrial galas, industrial land, plots created by State Industrial Development Corporation, easily accepted as primary security by financial institution banks. Valuation and title search report is easily possible. How valuation is possible? Because the state government, the industrial department of the respective states declare their rates of selling the land, at what rate the plots will be made available to the promoters. So valuation is easily possible and title search report is easily possible because the agreement is between the between the promoter and the State Industrial Development Corporation. No more owner, no legal owners, no hidden Mr. India owner or a successor or death. Nothing can happen as far as the State Industrial Development. So valuation and title search report is easily possible. This is the strength. What is the weakness? So far I have told in front of you, it is always beneficial to purchase the land in state industrial development. But it has certain weaknesses also, friends. What are those weaknesses? Not easily sellable in the market because you are the owner by way of leasing, not clear title. You have not the absolute owner of the property. You have got those land, those industrial gala for 95 years to 99 years on lease basis. So you cannot easily sell in the market. Tomorrow, if you want, no, Muja, I want to close my units and I want to sell my land and building, nothing. You have to approach to the respective State Industrial Development Corporation. I want to transfer my land. It is transferable, but it is not easily sellable, as in case of private land. Private land, in 712 extract, in on the revenue record, your individual name appears as the owner of land. But in case of state-owned lands, you are occupying that land as a lessee, not as a owner. You are paying annual rent of rupees 1, or as per the policy of the respective state government. So not easily sellable in the market. Weakness. Required size plot may not be available. Suppose an MSME unit is there. He needs 1000 square meter square yard land. But the State Industrial Development Corporation, no, we have 500 square meter land. Or higher side, we have 1500 meter square yard plot. Then required size plot may not be available. So here either he has to make sacrifice, the MSME, or he has to purchase the larger size plot. So this is a weakness. But this is not a major problem. In suppose an entrepreneur is there and he needs 100 acre or 20 acre or say 50 acre of land. Then how to get the land? And even in private land, it is very difficult to get 2 acre, 3 acre, 5 acre, but very difficult to get 100 acre of plot. So the big, you see Bajaj Auto, you see Telco, you see Tisco, you see this whatever units has come in automobile sector in this Noida and Ghaziabad. The big units has always come into the State Industrial Development Corporation, because the land can be assigned, demarcated according to the requirement of the MSME or large scale or multi mega, ultra mega projects. But if you want to purchase 100 acre of land which is privately owned, very difficult to get the adjoining land having 100 acre, and very difficult to purchase from single owner. So there will be multiple owner. So weakness, required size plot may not be available. Ownership of plot remains as lessee. As I told you, I am not an absolute owner of the land in the State Industrial Development Corporation. I am occupying that land as a lessee for 95 years to 99 years. Clear ownership does not exist. As I told, I am not absolute owner of the land. So this is a weakness. What are the opportunities if the unit is purchasing a land in State Industrial Development Corporation? As I told you, ready infrastructure, road, power, electricity, water, labor, everything is readily available. Building plan approved by respective state government. No need to go to the town planner. Building completion certificate, very important document for MSME which is taking loan from financial institution. They need building completion certificate where it is not possible on the privately owned land. Building completion certificate is given by State Development Corporation. The planning authority who has approved your building plan will itself give you the building completion certificate. Water connection is given by State Development Corporation. Immediately, whenever you purchase a land, the water line is going in front of your plot. So very easy to get the water connection from respective state corporation. As I told you, labor are easily available in the vicinity because there are number of factories. Transport facilities are easily, it is very difficult some of the times to get the transport facility to dispatch the finished goods. If my factory is situated in remote part of the district place or taluka place, I have to search for the transporter, which is my recurring cost. Whereas in the case of state-owned industrial development corporation, transport facilities are easily available. All statutory approvals like pollution control, as I told you, the importance of pollution control. You make an application to the state pollution board, they see private land, they will come visit, they will see the habitant or the nearby village or nearby location where school, colleges, residents are established. But in case of state-owned industrial development corporation, the pollution control is easily made available to the promoters. What are the threats? Labor union issue, biggest problem, because it is a notified industrial estates. So a particular labor union may have control over the labors. So they easily put their board in front of the labor, in front of your factories, and a labor union, the labor of our factory can become the members of the local labor union of that industrial estate. So this is a threat, and this is happening throughout Bharat. But in a remote individual standalone factory, it is very difficult for the laborers to form a labor union. So that is a threat. No buyer is easily available since the land can be used only for industrial purpose. If I want to transfer my land, if the owner of the land has suddenly died, if the owner is incapacitated to run the factory continuously because of physical or mental issues or financial issues, how to dispose of the land? Because it is a leased land, it can be used for industrial purposes only. So I have to search an appropriate MSME unit who want to establish a land, and I am have to compulsorily transfer it through the state industrial development corp. That is a threat. No buyer is easily available since the land can be used only for industrial purpose. Suppose I want to establish a godown, or suppose I want to construct my house, whether I will be interested to purchase this industrial land in industrial layout? No. So very few buyers, or in some areas of India, some areas say in Bhiwandi, or you go to Ichal Karanji, or you go to Bharuch, there may be heavy demand for existing land, or if somebody wants to sell his land, there may be heavy demand also. Not so big issue. Difficult to sell if the unit owners become NPA account of the bank. This is the biggest opportunities available to we practicing chartered accountant in whole of Bharat. You visit any industrial area in the country, any industrial estate of any state, out of 110 units you will find non-functioning. Bank says that this is NPA account, so it is attached. Recovery proceeding is going on in the court. The owner is neither able to sell the land, bank is neither able to take the possession of the land. So it's a very difficult situation how to dispose of or how to reuse the dead land which is not utilized, the object for which the industrial estate is created by the state government. In each, at least in Maharashtra, you will find more than 10,000 units closed in state-owned industrial area. They are not functioning, and the new MSME unit owners are not getting the units. So it can become a research paper also for we practicing chartered. We can prepare a thesis, we can do, say, known as research in this area, how to dispose of the NPA accounts so that a new sorry, a new prospective promoter will get the land from this NPA account. So this is a threat. Change of land use is not permitted other than industrial purpose. As this is similar to this line. Change of land use not permitted. If somebody wants to purchase the land, say for commercial purposes, then the state industrial corporation will say no, we cannot permit you to use it for commercial purposes because this land is demarcated for industrial purpose only. So even if I get a customer, I cannot sell that land because change of land use is not permitted, subject to certain terms and conditions of the respective state industrial development corporation. So these are the threats. So friends, I think we have understood the demarcations or the pros and cons of private land versus state land, what the role state development corporation plays in the overall growth of MSME sector by way of acquiring the land in that growth center. Then we have also understood the strength, weakness, opportunities and threats of purchasing a plot in state-owned industrial development corporation. Now I am taking to you a different topic which is also related to the industrial development corporation only, but it is a national industrial development corporation. National Industrial Corridor Development Corporation Limited is a special purpose vehicle which is created and having its head office in Delhi. National Industrial Corridor Development Corporation Limited, India's most ambitious infrastructure program aiming to develop new industrial cities as smart cities and converging next generation technology across infrastructure sector. We have so far seen 28 states, and we have also discussed about the State Industrial Development Corporation. Now, as far as the National Industrial Corridor Program is concerned, the central government has created 11 industrial corridors in the country. In addition to these state industrial corridors, State Industrial Development Corporation, there are around 11 industrial corridors in the country. Can you imagine the role played by these corridors? Can you imagine what a chartered accountant can play if 11 chartered accountants or that 28 chartered accountants comes together and form a multidisciplinary chartered accountant firm, and a vertical is created in their office. A vertical, Delhi Mumbai Industrial Corridor vertical, Mr. GB Modi in charge. Amritsar Kolkata Industrial Corridor, Mr. Pramod Jain in charge. Chennai Bengaluru Industrial Corridor, Shreya Jain in charge. Vizag Chennai Industrial Corridor, Mr. Dheeraj Khandelwal in charge, a vertical. What role we can play, how we can help the industries not only within India, within Bharat, even from the globe, because in Make in India mission, the central government and even the 5 trillion economy vision of the central government, the 13th sector under which the production linked incentive schemes are created and implemented by the central government to promote the industrializations of the country, ease of doing business, Atmanirbhar Bharat. This is untapped area in my opinion. We have never thought that yes, we can practice in this industrial non-traditional area of practice which is known as an industrial practice. Each and every state government is having state industrial development corporation. The central government is having industrial corridors. So the dream which is seen by our Pradhan Sevak, that he wished to have next at least 5 big four from India, can be fulfilled by we chartered accountant if we like-minded people come together and form a multidisciplinary firm to help the industrial growth to take place. The central government is playing its role. They have created the ready infrastructure for the overall industrial growth of the country. Now we practicing chartered accountant has to grab the opportunity to find the professional opportunities from this infrastructure, this vision, mission created, these 13 PLI schemes created, the vision of 5 trillion economy is created by our central government. So there are 11 industrial corridor in the country. Delhi Mumbai Industrial Corridor, right from Dadri to Mumbai JNPT, passing through I think 6 states. this Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor is passing, which is a dream project of the central government. Amritsar, Kolkata Industrial, right from Amritsar, Delhi, Lucknow to Kolkata. The Delhi, Amritsar, Kolkata Industrial Corridor is passing. Chennai, Bengaluru. See, Chennai, Bengaluru. A small industrial corridor is passing. Vizag, Chennai Industrial Corridor. Visakhapatnam, Chennai Industrial Corridor. Again, Bharatmala project. If you see, India has got a coastal belt of 7,517 kilometer, running kilometer. Coast-based Bharatmala project right from Somnath to Ganga Sagar in West Bengal. India has got the biggest coast-based, and Sagarmala is the dream project of the central government. Coast-based industry, and there are coast-based industrial corridor, Chennai to Visakhapatnam. East Coast Economic Corridor from Kolkata to Visakhapatnam, East Coast Corridor. Hyderabad Nagpur Industrial Corridor, Nagpur to Hyderabad Industrial Corridor, Hyderabad Warangal Industrial Corridor, Hyderabad Bengaluru Industrial Corridor, Bengaluru Mumbai Industrial Corridor, extension of Coimbatore, Kochi Bengaluru Corridor, Delhi Nagpur Industrial Corridor. If you see, there is the whole nation, the whole Bharat, right from Amritsar to Kochi in Kanyakumari, right from Kolkata to Mumbai at west, there is a big industrial corridor crossing from various state, district, and this is a ready opportunities created by central government, this National Industrial Development Program, to purchase and appropriate land in these industrial corridors, establish their units, how to acquire the land, where to acquire the land, which industrial corridor is famous for which type of product, can be helped by we practicing chartered account. We have studied stock market, we have studied bank audit, we have studied forensic audit, we have studied. But in our complete CS syllabus, the MSME Development Act 2006, having 7 pages, is never taught. I think the ICAI has taken a right decision at an appropriate time. It would have been taken in 2014 itself. Okay, it has been taken in 2021. A committee has been established at ICAI New Delhi, which is developing this industrial MSME committee, MSME and startup, giving knowledge, disseminating knowledge about the professional opportunities available to we practicing chartered accountant in this MSME or startup ecosystem. Huge opportunities available in this 11 industrial corridor. As I told you, Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor, right from Dadri in Uttar Pradesh to Mumbai, this is passing in, it is having 1485 kilometer radius. And Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor, parallel to this, Delhi-Mumbai dedicated rail freight corporation, dedicated Delhi-Mumbai railway corporation is also running. Dedicated Freight Development Corporation is also running parallel to this industrial corporation. So see this, Delhi to Kolkata to Chennai to Bangalore to Mumbai to Haryana and Delhi. So industrial corporation. So Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corporation passing from Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh to Maharashtra. And Dholera is one of the industrial region. There are 24 nodes in this Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor. So this is a very important industrial development corporation. Friends, again, at national level, Department for the Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, which is the child of Ministry of Commerce and Industry, which is headed by our own colleague, own colleague Piyush Ji Goyal, who is a chartered accountant, who is the Minister of Industries and Commerce in central government, under which this Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade is happening. They have created India Industrial Land Bank. They have created India Industrial Land Bank, and in India of all states, a single point of contact is created under this website or this department of the central government to this industrial development land bank. Total number of parks 4,529. 5 lakh 9 lakh hectare land is there. Total available land 1,12,202 hectare land. Total number of plots 4,55,091 plots, and out of that total number of vacant plot 61,848. So India Industrial Land Bank, a single point, a single website is created by central government from where you can select the land. Just see the video of this department.
What is sir? Such video had sound? Such video had sound? Sound is not coming.
So I think you have seen this a land bank created by central government at central at a single point of contact, and it is so interactive, so user help that you can select any land in anywhere in the country. So total parks, industrial area available, plots mapped, total area in hectare, state and union territories integrated. 21 states are integrated, 21 union territories and states. phase 1, Goa, Gujarat, Haryana, and all these things. So this site is very helpful to MSME to select the land in industrial estates created by central government. Friends, those chartered accountants who are listening to me today, please go to this website of the central government in Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion. I think you can help the MSME unit, whosoever is approaching to you for their prospective new entrepreneurs or their venture in their respective states. Now I am taking you to the state-wise in ABCD format. ABCDs. As far as Andhra Pradesh is concerned, the Department of Industries, Government of Andhra Pradesh is there, which is having Andhra Pradesh Industrial Development Corporation. The key, see, this is the advantage: high economic growth, power generation, government vision for the state, infrastructure development, economic growth, job creation through MSME, agriculture and fishery, Andhra Pradesh solar power policy. See, what are the policies in existence in the state of Andhra Pradesh? Andhra Pradesh Information Technology Policy, Electric Mobility Policy, Industrial Development Policy, Andhra Pradesh Solar Policy. So, other Andhra Pradesh Industrial Infrastructure Corporation, Government of Andhra Pradesh. This is the policies, procedure, APIIC. The industrial area ranges from 50 acre to 2,500. See, the information is available on this site from where you can get more information. Now come to Assam. Next state, very small state as far as India is concerned. Hemant Biswa is the chief minister. Mr. Chandramohan Pothwe is the industry minister. Assam Industries Development Corporation is incorporated in 1965 for development of industries. And these are the detail of industrial land and update rate of land. See the detail of industrial land and update rate of land development charges as Assam Industrial Development Corporation. These are the name of the industrial corporation. These are the districts. These are the type of land. These are the total area. These are the rate available and these are the available. So ready information is available. Industries in Assam, which type of industry is possible in Assam? Government Assam industrial parks, plastic park, bamboo park, tea park, industrial park, Jabukuchi, mega food park. So these parks are there in Assam. The head office of Assam Industrial Development Corporation is at Guwahati. Now come to Chhattisgarh. Chhattisgarh State Industrial Development Corporation is established. As far as Chhattisgarh is concerned, Mr. Bhupesh Waghel and Mr. Kawasi. Chhattisgarh State Industrial Development Corporation is a government of Chhattisgarh enterprise which is taking care of. Now just think about the industrial areas in Chhattisgarh. These existing projects, ongoing projects, office, commercial, industrial area, Urla, Siltara, Siligiti, Borai, Brahmanpur. So these are the industrial area. IIDC is there. Industrial park, metal park, apparel park, engineering park, aluminium park. See the infrastructure, see the opportunities created by this Industrial Development Corporation as far as CSIDC land allotment. See, this is, I think, latest total application 1,200. Approved application, pending application, application rejected. Maximum time taken by this corporation to allot the land. Chhattisgarh State Industrial Development Corporation. These are the area, select district, village name, Kasra. You will get the industrial land. Chhattisgarh, again, this major industrial area, ongoing projects. So this is the website of Chhattisgarh. This is the address of Chhattisgarh at Raipur, where the head office of Chhattisgarh is created. This is the official website of Chhattisgarh State. Delhi State Industrial and Infrastructure Development Corporation Limited is created in February 71 for the industrial development or allotment of industrial plot in Delhi. These are the various areas of Delhi where the plots are available. A pilot project at Okala, Pratapganj, Bhavna and Narela is taken in PPP model to develop the MSME unit nearby Delhi. DSIIDC is having uh, allotee friendly portal under relocation scheme. All these schemes are there as far as Delhi. Now come to Goa. Can you think about Goa? Goa is also having Goa Industrial Development Corporation, Goa IDC. 50 years of, right from 1966 to 2016, Goa industrializations, 50 years of. What are the industrial unit location? Industrial unit location, these are the various location, very small, small district, small state of India, very, very small state. But even that Goa is having Goa industrial estates of Goa, where you can establish industries, Arabian Sea coast-based industries, marine-based industries, meat and fish, export-oriented industries can be established in Goa states. So these are the various industrial estate nearby Goa in Honda, Kakoda, Kukadam, all these things. So Goa Daman and Diu Industrial Development Corporation is established in 1966. Goa Daman Diu, these are the various industrial estate in Goa. Detail of land available in that districts, the rates, the plot number, and all these things are available. Now come to Gujarat. Gujarat is known for industrial development in Bharat, very developed state. Now, I think Uttar Pradesh will become the first state as far as industrial development is concerned. But Gujarat, GIDC, Gujarat Industrial Development, and Gujarat has come out latest Gujarat Industrial Policy 2022, Atmanirbhar Gujarat, Gujarat Industrial Policy, Atmanirbhar, Gujarat vocal dance, that is Garba, Gujarat Industrial Development Corporation, GIDC, is the state-owned industrial development, has an inventory of 202 industrial estates. How much estates are there within the state of Gujarat? 202 industrial estates comprising over 63,000 units across state. I think Gujarat ke andar there may not be more than 20,000 chartered accountants who are practicing, but there are 63,000 units across Gujarat state having 202 areas, industrial estates. And if you take Saurashtra and Kutch, there are 58. See, these are the size: functional 190, developing, planned and planning 12, total number of GIDC state 202. Ahmedabad, South, North Gujarat 51, Central Gujarat 54, South Gujarat 25, near Mumbai, Surat, Valsad, Saurashtra, Kutch 72. So the practicing chartered accountant from Kutch Bhuj or Saurashtra area, huge opportunities available to you to help the MSME sector, because there are 72 industrial estate out of 202 industrial estate in Gujarat. Saurashtra, Kutch. See, these are the hectares in which the units are there. South Gujarat, Central Gujarat, Ahmedabad and North Gujarat. Size-wise distribution. This is size-wise distributions. 202 GIDC state across Gujarat. See the Kutch, Jamnagar, Porbandar, Junagadh, Amreli, Rajkot, Surendranagar, Ahmedabad, Banaskantha, Patan, Mehsana, Himmatnagar, Gandhinagar, Kheda, Panchmahal, Dahod, Anand, Vadodara, Bharuch, Narmada, Surat, Navsari, Valsad, near to Bombay. And what type of industries are coming? So the information is readily available from the State Industrial Development Corporation. Now we PCAs has to play our role. As I told you, Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor is passing through Gujarat. So the dedicated freight corridor is also passing from this. This is the influential area of this Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor, and Gujarat is having 5 nodes, 2 investment regions and 3 investment area. As far as Gujarat is concerned, huge opportunities available to practicing CA. How much ACZ is there in Gujarat? Special economic zones, functional 20, non-functional 10, formal approval 5, In principle 12, total 47 SEZ are there in Gujarat. Suzlon SEZ, Gujarat Hydrocarbon and Power SEZ, L&T SEZ in Gujarat. Number of clusters in Gujarat. Engineering cluster 21, textile cluster 18, agro and food processing 7, chemicals 23, mineral based industries 16, others 21. See the opportunities available to MSME sector in this sector wise. There are 3,76,344 MSME unit registered up to 2015 in Gujarat. Haryana State Industrial Infrastructure Development Corporation Limited, established in 1967, which is I think this is very important as far as chartered accountant from Haryana listening to me, because auction is going on. Announced e-auction of commercial site in this part of Bhawal, Manesar, Karnal, Bahadurgarh, Kundli, Faridabad, Rohtak. The registration start date 22nd December 2021. Registration EMD date 17th January 2021, and auction will start from 27/1/2022. So the auction is going on as far as Haryana state is concerned, and these are the closing registration deposit of EMD 15th February 2022. The auction is going, registration start date 24th January 2022. So those chartered accountant listening to me from Haryana, take the opportunity as far as Bahadurgarh, Bawal and Panchkula is concerned, because e-auction is going on for registration of plots as far as Haryana is concerned. The head office is at Panchkula, Haryana. Himachal Pradesh, a very difficult state, very hilly state of India. Jairam Thakur, welcome to Himachal Pradesh. HPSIDC, Himachal Pradesh State Industrial Development Corporation, is the name of the Industrial Development Corporation as per Himachal Pradesh is concerned. And the open public auction of plot at Dhamani Solan, again 21 January 2022. The auction is going on at Industrial Estate Dhavani. Number of plots, plot area is given. So ready opportunities to chartered accountant, opportunities to MSME sectors in this part. See, the plot area is 5,200 per square meter, means 520 rupees square feet. This tentative area is given. 30% cost to be paid before 19 March 22, 19 April 22, 19th July 22. So the detail is available. HPSIDC Limited, Himachal Pradesh. Jammu and Kashmir. As I told you, Jammu and Kashmir government has come out with a Jammu and Kashmir Industrial Land Allotment Policy 21 to 2030. Any entrepreneur from world over, from India over, from Bharat over, can purchase a land in Jammu and Kashmir with the object of establishing MSME or manufacturing unit under J&K Industrial Land Allotment Policy 2130. Invest in Paradise Jammu and Kashmir State Industrial Development Corporation is the corporation created. And at what rate the land is available? Srinagar Jammu municipal area, land not exceeding 5 karnal, 5 lakh rupees per karnal. Zone A district excluding municipal area, 4 lakh rupees per karnal. Zone B district, 2,50,000 per karnal. So these are the rates. J&K Industrial Development Corporation, Karnataka. Karnataka State Industrial, again a very developed state as far as industrial growth is concerned. Karnataka, land of opportunities. 173 industrial areas in Karnataka. Industrial Park 144, IT, Electronic Park 8, Aerospace Park 1, Auto Nagar 6, Textile Industries, Women Parks. Special park is created for women entrepreneurs. Special Economic Zone 3, Other growth center 5. So this is industrial Karnataka. Head office is at Bengaluru. Kerala, very small state. Kerala State Industrial Development Corporation. Industrial Development. Madhya Pradesh Industrial Development Corporation Limited. Sir, number of scheme. I have 250 slides to discuss with you, but I think the participants we have joined together today will appreciate that yes, the State Industrial Development Corporation help in the overall development of MSME. Lot has been done, lot has to be done, and yes, we practicing chartered accountant wherever we are situated all over India can play very important role, can help in the MSME growth, in the MSME ecosystem in the country. I thanks to ICAI, the committee on MSME, for giving me this opportunity to put forth in front of you the role played by chartered accountants. I thanks to the organizer of this webinar for giving me this opportunity, and very, very sorry to say that I could not cover all the states. I think I have hardly covered 80 to 60 slides. I have 250 slides to put in front of you. With this, I thanks to the MSME committee for giving me this opportunity. Now it is now over.
So there are
Uh,
a few questions also,
yes,
if you
ma'am.
would
Yes,
like
ma'am.
to
Yes, we
address.
can do. We can take. So I sorry for not covering all the states, but over to the headquarter for question and answer. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So you can read
Questions,
the question if possible, ma'am.
sir. Questions in chat box. You just refer to the chat box.
There are 9 questions in chat box. Uh, okay, I will take. Sound not coming from video, okay. Each SIDC gives entrepreneurial training. Yes, there are some state industrial development corporation which are also giving industrial training. There are national level entrepreneurship development institute, state level industrial. Whether land SIDC are allotted only for specified industries or it can be any industry. See, if it is a specific park, textile park, then only textile units can come. If it is a food park, then only food industries will come. But generally, mostly, the all type of industries are given welcome treatment as far as State Industrial Development Corporation is concerned. Unless otherwise, it is reserved for specific industries. Whereas nowadays government has single window clearance system where time bound approvals, yes, as far as Haryana, as far as Telangana is concerned, it is deemed a sanction. If you make an application on Telangana website for industrial conversion, if it is not given sanction within 15 days, it is deemed to be sanctioned. So I appreciate this is very on the Haryana government DTP website, cost of SIGG land is much higher and middle person charge big commission. I think that I told you that lot has been done, lot has to be done. Transparency is still missing in allotment of plot. And I think government of India, central government, Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion should intervene in as far as the transparency in allotment of plot is concerned. Whereas nowadays government has single window clearance system where time bound approvals, yes, I appreciate what is the general structure of lease rents payments. It depends upon the location. If somebody is purchasing a land in Thane, in Maharashtra, the per square meter cost may be 20,000 rupees. But the same land is available at 120 rupees per square meter in Nardana MIDC, which is a growth center. So it depends upon at which location you are buying the land or taking the land on lease basis. There is mismatch of available industrial plots and demands. I appreciate, yes, there is much demand from the industry, whereas the government of respective state is not able to make the allotment as per required. But there is a problem also with the entrepreneurs. The entrepreneurs has taken the land with the object of reselling the land. They have acquired the land, but they have not established the union. So there is a problem from entrepreneurs also and from industry department also. I appreciate there is a mismatch. I agree with you. And how can CA play a role, sir? You just become a facilitator, guide the local entrepreneurs industry association to make the represent. And nowadays, each and every state government is having competition for industrial development in their respective state. So huge benefits are available. The government has created such an ecosystem in the country under Make in India mission of the government of India, that each and every state wants that industry should come to their respective states. Each chief minister, each industry minister of the state has become active nowadays to promote, to grow the employment opportunities in respective states. So we can take the advantage. I think I have covered all the question which is given in the chat box.
Right, sir. Thank you so much. My sincere thanks to CAGV, sir, for such an explicit deliberation, for such lucid presentation. I think this has given us a roadway to look for the unconventional practices, as very rightly said. Thank you so much. I'd also like to thank the committee for once again for organizing this, giving us more opportunities to look for different work that we can do, different opportunities that we can tap on as CAs. And our chairman, CA Dheeraj Khandelwal sir, our vice chairman, CA Pramod Jain sir, and the entire secretariat who has put forward the webinar in such amazing way. The secretary of the committee, Dr. Sambit Mishraji, Shailesh Verma, and the entire team. And last but not the least, I would like to thank the participants. Thank you so much for your active participation. The questions itself prove that yes, we were there and we could understand, and we will make way to the State Industrial Development Corporation for MSME. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.